Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King, and this is my boy.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
CIT Marbella is a business networking association, very prominent in our community and well worth checking out, even if you're a very small company or one of the major companies like the hotels and other businesses that get promoted by CIT Marbella and get to come to my program once a week so we get to find out what's going on in our city and who's who. I'm delighted to welcome back this week Emilio Izquierdo from Ulster Sailors. This young man came from Madrid to a better life here on the coast, and I haven't seen him for about a year, so it'd be nice to catch up. Emilio, bienvenido de vuelta. Welcome back to the program.
Gracias por darme esta oportunidad.
My pleasure. The last time we met, we had an interview at Boho Club, and you explained to me that you'd come down from Madrid to live a better life, que veniste de Madrid para esa mejor calidad de vida.
Claro.
¿Y cómo le está saliendo? How's it going?
Pues muy bien, aquí en Marbella la verdad es que da gusto y luego vivir en un ambiente como en los barcos, pues mucho más. Estamos aquí en la costa.
So he's saying, Emilio is saying that he's very happy with his move, that he loves living in Marbella and being with boats all day is obviously his passion, so very happy. ¿Es como esperabas? Is it as you expected?
Yo creo que es mejor de lo que esperaba.
It's even better than expected. Se nos pasa a todos. Everyone's the same. Do you run your boat trips or hires all year? ¿Haces los alquileres y los eventos en barco todo el año?
Sí, hago los alquileres y barco de todo el año y además lo que hacemos ahora en invierno son viajes a Ceuta de fin de semana o entre semana.
Wow, so yes, they do the boat services all year that you can go out on a trip or you can rent the boat. But in winter, they're specializing on trips to Ceuta or weekends to Ceuta. That's an interesting destination. Es un destino interesante, diferente.
Claro, es un destino muy distinto y diferente porque es una ciudad española que está en África y que la tenemos muy cerquita de aquí y al mismo tiempo que pisamos África vemos otras culturas mezcladas dentro de una España allí metida.
Well, what Emilio is saying is that Ceuta belongs to Spain, even though it's on the African continent. And the culture is so very, very different that it makes for an interesting and very different experience.
Yes.
When I went to Tangiers for the first time, back in 1980, I was very taken aback about how different. Me sorprendí muchísimo cuando fue Tangier la primera vez en los 80, de lo diferente que es. Is it still as different? ¿Sigue siendo tan diferente o ya hay más similaridades? Or is it more similar now in some ways?
No, es más parecido en lo que es tiendas y que ya eso ha entrado más a la cultura española y europea, pero sigue siendo muy distinto en la mezcla de razas y de culturas que hay allí.
So Emilio is saying that in Ceuta, yes, obviously now shopping and shops are a lot more up to date and a lot more what we would expect. However, the culture, the people, the different nationalities that combine there really make it for a unique experience. Pues habrá que ir un día. Yo no sabía que hacías ese viaje. I didn't know you said we'd have to go. ¿Cómo es? ¿Cómo es el viaje? ¿Cómo planeas y cuánto tiempo y todo eso? How do you plan the trip?
Lo planeamos en 2 días, salimos un día por la tarde se llega al barco, se descansa allí y se duerme. Y el día siguiente por la mañana muy temprano se sale hacia Ceuta, que son unas 6 o 7 horas de navegación. Allí ya...
Un momentito. First thing is you go to the boat and you spend the night on the boat. So you get in the afternoon to the boat, you spend the afternoon on the boat, you go to sleep on the boat so that very early in the morning you can head out for Ceuta because it's like a 6-7 hour boat ride.
Llegamos allí a la hora del mediodía, ya se come por allí y toda la tarde hacemos actividades culturales o se puede cruzar. Hay un foso navegable medieval que es navegable y se cruza de la bahía norte a la bahía sur.
Wow, Joe, apparently when you get there about midday, then you can have lunch, you can do some shopping, but there's also like a historic moat that you can sail through And that sounds like quite an experience.
Y además es una experiencia bonita porque la bahía norte es donde está el puerto y la que da cara a Gibraltar, y la bahía sur es de arenas blancas, like en Formentera.
Oh wow, so you go from the North Bay, you get to see Gibraltar, which is completely different than when you're in the South Bay, which is those beautiful white sands that there are in Ceuta.
Yeah, con agua muy claras.
And in the trip, durante la navegación, se ve, no sé, delfines, you get to see different things when you're actually sailing.
La mayor concentración de fauna marítima se encuentra en el estrecho de Gibraltar.
So in the Straits of Gibraltar is where you find the most abundant animals, so dolphins, ¿qué más?
Pods of dolphins, whales, tortugas,
Dolphins, whales,
ducks,
turtles.
ducks.
Oh, wow.
Ducks.
You do have a nice job. Tu trabajo muy bueno. Can I ask more or less, what would it cost to go on a trip like this? ¿Le puedo preguntar más o menos qué cuesta?
Sí, cuesta 325 euros por persona cuando vamos en grupo, y si es un barco privado son 2.300 euros.
That's very good. So it's 325 euros if you're going in a group. Eso es muy razonable, 325 si vas en grupo.
Sí.
How many in a group?
8 personas.
So if you're going to go in a group of 8 people, it works out at 325 euros each. Sounds like something we'll be organizing. Me voy a montar algo así, suena muy bien. It sounds like a really good plan.
Sí.
Y si hay temporal and if there's bad weather, se
Bueno,
pospone.
Se pospone o se cambia de fecha. Como ya tenemos las previsiones con cierto tiempo, pues solemos avisar para poderlo cambiar de fecha.
Okay, because I know that myself, when you think about the temporal, I got caught in Africa for 3 days. Me quedé pillada 3 días hasta que cambió el tiempo. So if you get caught there, it's not a problem. You don't kick people off the boat. Si te pillas ahí el mal tiempo, no les eches del barco, ¿no?
No.
Okay. So if you get caught in the weather and you can't sail back, don't worry, Emilio is not going to kick you off the boat. Es un punto importante.
Además, los veleros siempre navegan mejor con las velas y el viento, nos ayudamos, y aunque haya olas, pues se puede siempre salvar mejor el temporal que con los yates.
Okay, well, they're saying they've got sailboats. So obviously with a sailboat, once you get those sails down, it makes it that much better. ¿Qué tamaño de barco? Explica un poco del barco. What's the size of the boat? Tell us a bit about the boat.
Los barcos son de 12 metros o 40
12
pies,
meters, 40 foot.
Yes. Y luego tienen 3 cabinas dobles, tienen un salón con cama doble.
3 double bedrooms, then you've got a lounge with a double bed that's got it as well.
Yes. Cuando se llega allí también se puede elegir o dormir en el barco, o hay gente que prefiere esa noche pasarla en un hotel allí en Ceuta, que además el patronato de Ceuta nos hace descuentos en algunos hoteles.
Oh, that's nice, because Emilio is saying that some of the people, once they get to Ceuta, instead of all the people sleeping on the boat, you can actually get a hotel room or somewhere to stay there. And the patronato of Ceuta gives special discounts to encourage Emilio to take people there. Muy bueno por su parte, ¿no?
Sí.
That's very
Porque
nice.
ellos quieren fomentar el turismo y más de la península hacia allí.
And they want obviously to encourage tourism from the mainland to go to, as I say, Ceuta. It's curious because Ceuta and Melilla both belong to Spain, although they're on the African continent. So it's really nice to see Spain, but in a completely different light.
Yes.
Es como hace 800 años en España, like 800 years ago when the Moors were here in Spain.
Sí, sí.
Which we todavía tenemos muchos vestigios de esa cultura,
Claro,
and lots of vestiges of that.
Y de la cultura árabe, que allí está muy impregnada, más que en España todavía.
It is. We've got the Arab history and culture is very impregnated into Spanish life. Mucha suerte, ten mucha suerte, un mezcla de todo, a mix of
Claro.
everything.
Así que nada.
How long in advance does one need to book? ¿Hay que reservar con mucha de antelación?
No, bueno, empezamos en noviembre, el día 1 de noviembre empezamos la salida, que es el primer fin de semana, y luego acabamos en abril, pero durante el invierno esperemos que se ocupe todo, pero...
Okay, so the tours for this Ceuta trips are from November till April.
Yeah.
And then en el verano, ¿qué hacéis? ¿Más excursiones de día, cortitos?
De día, porque el principal turismo que tenemos aquí, lo único que quiere es navegar 2 o 3 horas, darse un bañito, ver delfines en caso de que los encontremos, y relajarse y volver otra vez a tierra para hacerlo bien por la mañana o bien por la noche en el sunset.
So Emilio is saying it's very different, the type of tours that they do, because in summer most of the tourists just want to go out for a few hours or a day and they want to go whale watching or dolphins if you're lucky enough to see them, to do a little bit of swimming. But now this is the moment when us residents get to do something very cool. Me parece una idea estupendo.
Sí,
I think it's a really, really nice idea. We've got our next guest sitting here. I'm going to suggest to her that we form a group. Voy a sugerir al siguiente invitado que montamos grupo.
Montamos grupo rápido, ¿no?
Well, I think that's a very good idea. Emilio, congratulations.
Muchas gracias.
Y me alegro verte de nuevo. Y nada, nos vemos en el barco.
Claro.
Ceuta, here we come.
Enseguida.
Hey, hey.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Gusto e Fantasia.
Hey, hey.
And now it's time to welcome back Lady Linda. How nice to see you.
And you, after such a long time.
I know. So
Yeah.
a couple of weeks.
At least a couple of weeks.
At least a couple of
when
weeks.
we go on doggy walkies along the Paseo.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
very nice to be on the Paseo and actually have fewer people. There are people. I tell you something I found out only this weekend, though, after nearly being run over with boy by a cyclist,
Yes.
that until the 30th of September, which is this weekend coming up now, but until the 30th and from July, cyclists aren't allowed on the Paseo on Saturdays and Sundays after 9 a.m. and before 11 p.m. Now, how about that for finding out something at the end of the summer after nearly being run over? And they whiz up and, down there.
And they still do it anyway.
They do, but I'm
Yeah.
going to say now that I realise that I hadn't realised until a cyclist not only nearly ran us over, but he screamed at us for being in the way as he hurtled through. It was only then that I noticed the signs all along the Paseo that says 10 kilometre speed limit for cyclists.
Yes.
And it says preference for pedestrians. And it says no cyclists or any of those scooters on the Paseo are allowed after 9 a.m. until 11 p.m. at weekends.
That's very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes.
So for next year, guys, I don't know what we're going to do when we get the bicycles and everything going up
I think
there.
we'll go with a stick and,
Well, I don't
and
know,
just
but-
put it through the spokes.
Or at least mention something to the town hall, because it has actually been pretty hairy over the weekends.
Yeah, no, I in fact nearly got hit yesterday myself, but that was in Malaga. And even with the sort of cycling areas, okay, I should have been more aware, but I didn't realise there was one man going at about 300 kilometres an hour.
And that's just it. Even if they are allowed,
Yeah,
they're not
and we're
allowed
both
to
in our-
speed.
We're both in our late 20s. you know?
Exactly, and we're pedestrians, and pedestrians have priority. So if you didn't know that, pedestrians always have priority on the promenades, and the cyclists are not meant to go faster than 10 kilometres an hour. And I don't know what to do about it when they do it wrong, but now we know.
Yes.
So at least it's something to take
mean, if-
into consideration.
Well, if they'd sort of hit your little dog.
Well,
I mean,
originally
he'd
it
be
was
an ex-dog.
No, it really was that way.
Yeah.
There was a woman running with her dog. There was me walking with boy. Cyclist just whizzed through the middle and screamed, and I was like, "What happened?" So now I know it shouldn't have been there. So I wish I'd realised. It shows you how we don't look up, because
Well-
I'd never noticed the sign until I nearly got run over by a bicycle.
Do they have, by any chance, got spare what they could call summer cops
No.
that would sort of walk along with their lovely shorts on and look more summery? They do that in South Africa.
Yeah, no,
Or
unfortunately,
they used to. I don't know if they still
think
do.
the system here is still very much like the old days, that the police get that, take 2 weeks off in the summer. You know, it's like
Yes.
since Franco, that you must have time off in summer, you must have time off at Christmas, and then they can choose 2 weeks, but they get 2 in the summer, which actually means we're under-policed in the summer.
in
as
the
opposed
real,
to,
in the real world.
yes, as
Yeah.
opposed to extra, to be able to cope with all the extra people that come in. They're actually kind of understaffed, which is one of those ironies. But apart from that, let's talk positive things. Culture Clique,
Yes.
how's your magazine doing? You're very busy. I see you're everywhere. All the openings and the closings and the...
Yeah, but the Culture Clique obviously is all about the whole of Spain. But I haven't had much information coming in from other parts of Spain this year because I've been moving house and this, that, and the next thing. But the plan is, with my business partner, to really get out there now and start pushing for stuff that's going on in Barcelona, San Sebastian, and so on and so forth, as well as obviously the Costa del Sol.
Really nice. How are you enjoying, because you've always lived, that I've known you, in the
Very.
Guadalmina, San Pedro area, and now you're in Rio Real.
And I'm
very
like-
much Marbella, but very different, isn't it?
Very different. Have you ever lived in that part?
I did for a little while.
Yeah.
Where about 6, 7 years ago, I stayed for a while by Rio Real, by the, is it the Skull Hotel or the Incasol?
The Incasol,
The
yeah.
Incasol that was it the Incasol? Yes,
Yes,
the Incasol.
right up at the
And I
back.
could actually see the Incasol from being there, but it was very different. Had to do takeaways. It wasn't like you could just pop into...
Can't even do takeaways anymore. There's nobody that'll take away as far as Rio Real.
Oh, really? Not even like the Just Eats or the Uber Eats? Have you tried those?
No, I haven't tried those.
Okay,
to be
I think
honest.
I used Just Eat or Uber Eat when I was up there, but it was
Yeah.
anything I wanted. You literally had to drive and go somewhere, as opposed to
Absolutely.
just being able, like, pop it. There wasn't popping. You had to
No.
go.
Yes, you had to make a concerted effort to go down to the beach area and so on. But I
But
must
the beaches
say,
are nice of that area.
I was just going to say that. They are lovely and yellow, like normal sand. I believe it didn't used to be like that. I heard it was full of pebbles years ago, and now it's lovely sands.
And that's
the
why we
whole
have our
lot.
sand dunes, as of like
and
Elvira and everything
chiringuitos,
up there.
Very good quality chiringuitos, and obviously all the zhuzh places, you know, like Nikki Beach and Beach, what's it called, the Beach House. But I must say, I'm very impressed with Elvira. It's really grown into its own, you know, little area.
And the
as
shopping
such.
centre's amazing. I mean,
Yes.
you've got everything there you could need. And it's not that far, but you do have to drive.
You do have to drive. And it's either 15 minutes that way to Elvira, or it's like, in fact 15 minutes into Marbella proper. And so I did that last night, which was lovely, to actually walk along the lovely paseo that they've got now.
Well, our paseo
near the
nearly
Quirón.
goes the whole way through.
Yes,
So we're really getting there. I mean, they want to do the whole 27 kilometres.
which I think is amazing.
But it's pretty close. I mean, how amazing would that be to go from Guadalmina to Cabo Pino all along the Paseo Marítimo?
On a scooter or a bicycle. Can
Yes,
you
but not on a
imagine?
Saturday or Sunday in the summer. Between 9 and 11, don't do it.
No, but in fact, it's a lovely, lovely area. I have played that golf course a few times in the 80s, actually, when it was quite new. And it's a lovely golf course, really lovely golf course. And it's easy for quasi-beginners, you know, people with around, I suppose, 20, 21, which is what I was, handicap. And of course, with the guys that play much better, they prefer to have the mountains and that sort of thing to climb up and down.
Yeah, more of a challenge.
More of a challenge.
Do you still
exactly.
play golf?
Well, to be absolutely honest, I've got 5 sets of golf clubs now. I have my poor husband's, my
Late,
departed.
not ex.
He's yes, whatever he is.
He's not an ex,
No,
he's just
no,
a
I've
late.
had a few exes as well. Yeah, don't worry about that. And my mother's ones, and this one and that one. And I have a set that I bought that I couldn't use, and now I'm ready to use them. A girlfriend of mine used them the other day, and she said, "Oh, you don't want to play anymore? I'll take them." And I said, "No, no, no, no. I'm going to try." So this season, which is what I call October through to May, I'm definitely going to try again.
I think that makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense because it's ever so social. And you're a very social person. You like getting out there, but it's nice to have a reason, isn't it? To go and play golf, and then you have lunch, and you have a little drink, and you just...
Yes, and meet all the people in the area that live more or less permanently here.
And it is something that you
Yeah.
enjoy, and it's been very much, as you say, with your family. It's something that runs in the family.
Yes, yes.
Carry on the
that's right.
tradition, Linda. One must carry on the tradition.
Exactly. I'm teaching the dogs how to play, and off we go.
So what else is you're very involved in lots of different things? Age Concern,
Age
Conservatives
Concern.
Abroad. Give us a quick update.
Well, Age Concern is doing very well, and we're now trying to start doing coffee mornings virtually every day in different areas. So fantastic for newcomers to come and meet other people. And I've just organised our next lunch, which hopefully you might attend.
If
on
possible.
the 17th of October.
What day is it? It depends on the day.
It's a Thursday.
Ooh, tough days, Thursdays.
Oh, yes, it is
It
a
is
tough
an editing day
for
for me.
you. Yes.
But it's lovely, and it's nice because just before the weekend, I remember always thinking that Thursdays are the best days to go out. It's like the elegant weekend day.
the beginning of the weekend.
Exactly, before everybody
Yeah.
else goes. It's like when those can afford to go out on a Thursday.
Yeah.
I always thought that Thursday was the best day to go out. So it's nice, there'll be more coffee mornings, lunch is coming up.
Yeah, and we're about to have a session about, let's call it that, for the fibrillator, so that in our office we have a fibrillator so we can teach people how to use a fibrillator if they happen to be somewhere where someone's had a heart attack or having an issue that needs that. So they're welcome to come along. It's on the about 16th or 17th of October.
Well, that is very
Which is-
interesting. I would
yeah.
never thought you needed instructions, but yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, because
I don't
it's
suppose
quite
you just-
complicated.
Really, you don't just pick it up and shove it on their body and...
No, you've got to have them situated in a certain way and so on. And Rachel will be doing that.
Oh, well, I'll definitely be
Presentation.
interested to come along and probably even
I will
record
let
that
you
so
know.
that we can all learn. I think
Yes.
that would be very interesting for everybody.
Okay, well, I will make sure that
Yes,
happens.
please. I think that's very interesting.
And then we're now linking in with CAPS, CAPS, and they're doing an event that's taking people up to
CAPS?
Mijas. CAPS. I don't know what it means, actually, to be honest, but they've been doing events and functions and trips for years along this coast. And Age Concern has now decided to link up with them and take people to Mijas to have a look at Mijas and to look at stuff that's going on in Marbella.
lovely.
Yeah, and I think that's a brilliant idea. I really do.
Carol's
And
doing
then-
an amazing job, the president, of
Yeah.
really getting things moving and,
Yes, she-
and evolved to get so that there are lots of activities.
Yes. Well,
And services, because they all do the breathing and the yoga, chair yoga, all kinds of things at the
yes,
centre in
exactly.
San Pedro.
and if you don't know how to use a computer or you don't know what to do with your phone or there's issues that you've got, they do a session there every week at our little office in San Pedro, which is just off Calle Cordoba.
Well, which is very useful.
Yeah.
I would say because even to keep in contact with grandchildren, children, friends, even if you're at home, you don't need to be lonely
you're-
if you can
yeah,
access.
even if you're on your own, you're not
exactly.
on your own.
You're not on your own because you
Yeah.
can access either to look at things
Yeah.
or to actually contact people and do chatting and all kinds of things, Zoom calls. But like learning how is important.
Exactly. And then good old BBF, British Benevolent Fund.
Oh, right, okay. How's that doing?
Well, funny enough, in this area, we don't get that much call for it. It's usually somebody's lost their passport or that type of thing. But this summer, there were quite a few people that needed other assistance, younger people.
Like what? What kind of things happen?
Well, one particular person was being abused by her boyfriend, and badly. So she ended up actually having to go and denounce him. And this is an ongoing case, so I can't really talk about it too much.
But you managed to be
we've
able to step
managed
in to help her.
I've stepped in, we've helped her, and got her back to the UK, away from all the stress that the poor girl is going through. And then there was another elderly couple where she was supposed to die, then he died, and she's still alive. And of course, she needs help because she's still ill. So we're in the middle of trying to sort that particular person out as well.
Well, it's nice to know
Yeah.
that there are places that you can go to, and it's nice how they're all
Consul.
connected.
Yeah.
In the sense of, but through Age Concern or the CAPS or the consulate, that they will direct you to
And we
these
work
different
together.
associations.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hashtag better together.
Yes, exactly.
The most important thing is to share the information so we know it exists.
By the way, before we finish, you must think about, all the people that are along this coast. Go to your capital, which is Malaga, and they've got super, super events going on there. And last week they had a fashion show, which I've just been told is the longest runway.
It's the longest runway in Europe.
Yes.
Yes, we covered it on Good Morning Spain. Our lovely Kate Hill,
Oh, did
our fashion
you?
editor.
Yeah.
Yes, we sent her off to Madrid, and she covered the...
Malaga.
No, we sent her first off to Madrid
Oh,
to cover
okay.
the BMW Fashion Week up there, and then she got the train back to Malaga and went straight into the Larios Fashion Week in
Yes.
Malaga with the longest... so watch Good Morning Spain, episode 51, I think.
Yes.
To watch Kate and our reports of the fashion.
Oh,
It was really exciting.
definitely. That'll be this week, I should think.
Yes, it was really
Yeah.
yes, it must be this week's program.
Yeah.
It was very exciting.
Oh, well, I can't wait.
Yes, take a look and you will see.
Yes. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to that because we were at St. George's, the chapel there, listening to some classical music inside the little chapel.
Oh, lovely.
With one of your admirers, Damien.
Oh,
And they were brilliant. A singer from Georgia. And really, what a voice she had. Really rich. She flew in specially for it.
oh, it's lovely.
And Damien played the piano, and then they did a duet together.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
There is so much going on in Malaga. I could very easily live in Malaga. I could see myself living there.
Yeah, I could see you living there.
Yeah, I did, because it's really that you've got everything. You've got theatre, and you've got dance, and you've got museums, and you've got art exhibitions, and nice restaurants.
creative.
And very creative.
Yeah.
I could really see myself living there at some time in life. Or maybe having a place there too, like
Why
you.
not? Why not?
Living the good life. Lyndon, lovely to catch up.
And with you, darling.
And,
see
see
you
you-
soon.
yeah,
Yeah,
see
see you
you
very
soon.
soon. Take care.
Hey, hey.
Linear Director has come up with a squatter policy for just €24 a year. You don't have to have your home insurance with them. This is a completely separate matter to protect you from squatters. For more information, call 952 147834 or their website, lineardirector.com.
Zero Hero, welcome to Belmonte.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new. Hey, hey,
Back in June, I had the pleasure of chatting with Kelly and Eleanor about the ladies' netball. Netball's always for ladies, but there's a ladies' netball group that play on Tuesday evenings between 7 and 9 p.m. at Laude School in San Pedro. They do competitions and all sorts. They love it. They find it a great social activity as well, of course, as very good for their health. And now the lovely Jill has started a walking netball team. They will also be playing on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. at Laude San Pedro, on a different court, of course. But for those of you perhaps who aren't as agile as you used to be, but loved playing netball, love the social aspect of it, and again, to get a little bit healthier, maybe even lose a bit of weight, better for your balance, all kinds of benefits of playing netball. If that's something you like, please do check it out. Jill, how exciting. There's loads of ladies here for your walking netball. Tell us more.
Well, it's incredible. I started this up a year ago in Casares Costa, and then it went from strength to strength, and we've been playing a year there now. So it's fantastic. We've got a team together. But the thing is, you need them from coast to coast, and it's not known here. It's all basketball and not walking netball. And for ladies that probably have got hip problems, leg problems, can't jump, can't run so much, it's fantastic exercise, and it's all about getting ladies fit. I've still got more weight to lose, but I've dropped 3 stone, and I'm really over the moon, but I've got more to lose.
Were you a netball girl at school?
No, I was a netball girl, yes, at school, and then I played for British Airways when I was 18, but only for 6 months, because I got pregnant.
Well, this is absolutely fabulous. When are you going to be playing?
Well, we should be starting on the 1st of October. So that's week, next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. Oh my God, we're in October already. Help. Yeah, so that's when we should be playing. Yeah.
And
So
what
I'm
time and
waiting.
where?
It's going to be at 7 o'clock, so 1900 hours. We play roughly 2 hours because it's a warm-up session first. Then we play a game for 45 minutes. Then we do a slowed-down process, and then we might go for coffee and chat after, which is a good part because it's all part of the socialising side of it. Yeah, very
Fabulous. Well,
important.
there's loads of women here, and I'm sure it's going to be an enormous success.
Oh, fingers crossed, I hope so. I really do. And then we'll have other teams to play against instead of just Gibraltar or Troy and Jamar or Portugal or England.
Watch this space.
I know, exactly. I can't wait.
Thank you.
It's exciting.
Do you like that queen? Do you? Oh, play with me.
Oh, look at you. Fine.
Meantime, I've only done 5 copies, so I will put this on the side.
Here we have Miss November from the Calendar Girls. You look like you're very enthusiastic about the upcoming walking netball.
I'm really excited about it. I haven't played in like nearly 40 years, but I loved it when I did it. And I think this is going to be great because it will take account of my knees and it's slower, but I really miss the social side of it as well. So I'm so excited about this.
I mean,
Great.
you've already got an amazing social gathering
Oh, I
here.
know. Isn't
And look
this
at these
fantastic?
bevy of beauties.
Yes.
You all excited, girls? So who's it about to cut their nails? Did you all play netball at school?
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful.
Notice the rules haven't changed.
Jumping, yeah.
So that's what you
I'll give it a go. I'll give most things a go.
Last week was World Wellness Week. Once again, Marbella is top of the world in the amount of activities and participations going on to support World Wellness Week. So well done, Lucia. Let's just have a little chat with her because I bumped into her and I thought it'd be nice to hear the joyousness from her. Lucia, enhorabuena, congratulations. World Wellness Weekend over once again. Un enorme éxito, ¿no?
Sí, muy buenas tardes. La verdad que ha sido una maravilla cómo se han ido uniendo profesionales del bienestar y por tercer año consecutivo Marbella es la ciudad más activa del mundo con más de 400 participantes.
Wow, Marbella once again for third year in a row, the most active with participants over 400
Y más de 2.000 actividades.
and over 2,000 activities. Very impressive, impresionante.
Impresionante, sí.
¿Y qué tipo de actividades? What kind of activities?
Bueno, pues hemos tenido muchísimas actividades, muchas solidarias con respecto a Cádiz, que se ha hecho tanto surf, se ha estado haciendo una caminata solidaria, hemos puesto barra y comida con música en el Parque de la Constitución y luego pues un montón de gente de artesanía que también se ha ubicado para hacer actividades y para vender su producto y actividades como las habituales de yoga, masajes, meditación, reiki.
Golf,
la
de
verdad
todo.
que sí, bueno, golf,
So they've
bueno,
been yoga,
pilates, o sea,
reiki,
es que fíjate,
artisan,
hasta 2.000 y pico
charity
actividades.
walks to get to 2,000, obviously quite a significant number. Pues enhorabuena, congratulations. Y a por el año que viene.
Por el 2025, ya estamos preparando.
2025, here they come.
Muchísimas gracias.
Let the music get to your heart. Let it set you on your way. No time to hesitate. We are all the same. So much trouble tearing us apart. Poison arrows shoot straight to your heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time. One. Let the feeling into your soul. Let it set you on your way. No need to hesitate. Time.
Hey, hey.
Zero Hero customers are welcome to Restaurant Alameda in Oval Urban Hotel in Marbella.
Linear Director appreciates just how important our pets are to us, and that's why they brought out one of the most comprehensive insurance policies on the market from just €39.90 a year. Give them a call on 952 147834 or from the website lineardirector.com. We are animal lovers here in Marbella particularly, and it's nice to have back with us Lily Van Tongeren, who has started up a charity called AIMS, Animals in Marbella Sanctuary, and this is part of our United Nationalities of Marbella Summit coming up on Friday the 4th of October. This year's event is very much to give information out about the different animal charities that we have on the coast, not just for our pets, our cats and dogs, but also for our horses, donkeys, and we'll also be speaking about the bullfighting that is back in Marbella. So please do join us if you have something to say on any of those topics. In the meanwhile, let's welcome back Lily to the programme with Vinny. Boy, meet Vinny. Vinny, meat boy. I said meat, not eat. This is just to look at. It's not your breakfast. You can see his face. He has got his eyes on boy. As I said, I'm not sure if it's to meet him or eat him. So Vinny is your fostering. You're looking for a home.
Yes. Vinny was in a family where the child could not leave Vinny alone. And to avoid any accidents, we had to take her out of this situation. And then, of course, he needed a foster, came with me. And he's been with me now for over a month. And he's ready for adoption, basically. He's a very, very nice boy, very sweet, very dedicated, loves to play with the ball, loves to play with me, loves to sit on the lap.
But perhaps not for a family with young children.
No.
This is very important, isn't it? That when you take a dog, you need to really choose carefully where you live, if you have a garden, if you're in an apartment, if you have young children, because dogs need their space too.
Yes, that's why we have quite strict adoption forms. Some people just don't understand. They say, why do I have to ask? I just want a dog. I don't want to tell you how I live, what I do, etc., etc. But it's very important for the family as well as for the dogs to know how the situation is. He will be fine with small children as long as the small children know how to treat a dog.
But that comes with training children as well as training the animals.
Yes. And of course, never ever, in my advice, never leave small children with dogs all alone, even though they're the best of friends. I still see things coming by on Facebook that I think, oh my God, how dare you? Because they are animals and they are unpredictable. Only one tiny little finger in an eye can cause an accident, and then the dog is the one that needs to be put down.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to hear you say, because you are an animal fanatic. You put dogs above all else.
Yes.
And I remember what you were concerned, like, no, because the children and the this and the animals. And I think Marbella is far more concerned about our animals than we are about our dogs in general.
Yes.
But it is nice to hear you stressing that at the end of the day, they are animals and they have instincts and they react. In fact, we talked about this on Good Morning Spain this week, because Nanda was saying exactly the same thing. Dogs need to have a space. They need to have an area where they can go and protect themselves and get away.
Yes.
And
they are living beings, and they have animal instinct and they have wild instinct. Even though it's like a million years ago, it still can be there. And
it's literally inbred.
It's inbred. Yes, it's there. And so it's very, very important to make sure that you know what you want and who you want as a dog and where and how you're going to live with it, because it's becoming part of the family. And that means it should be with everybody in every situation, comfortable, with children, older people. Yes, it's okay. With older people, etc., etc.
He's very cute. I mean, he is very cute. But as you say, I mean, he's a very strong dog.
He's a strong dog.
So, in a sense, you need to think about those things as well. If you,
Yes.
if you've got a weak hip or you're a little bit older, you don't want to get a dog that's going to be dragging you along. You
No,
need to have a dog that you like. This one.
Yeah, that's a perfect dog for you, and this one would not be good for you.
I mean, even like sometimes he refuses to walk because he doesn't want to go home or he wants to go a different direction. He weighs 2.5 kilos, but if he sits down and decides not to move, he doesn't move.
No.
I have to pick him up, but I can pick him up because he's 2.5 kilos. But that's another story. Even I see you managing it.
Yeah, that's just it. You know, these are all kinds of things people have to think about. A lot of people want to adopt because it's a cute dog, it's a cute puppy, it looks beautiful, it is bred with a certain, quality or whatever, but there is so much more behind a dog, and also so much more behind the care of a dog.
So what would be the ideal family for Vinny? Who are you looking for Vinny?
A family who has time to walk him, because he's still young. He's about 2 years old. He loves to run and play.
Oh, he's a puppy still then, basically.
Yeah. And he runs around with Denka a lot in the garden. And then he comes and he lies down flat like a carpet with all his legs like this. But he cannot, for instance, he cannot be in the summer walked in the daytime, because unfortunately the flat-faced dogs have very difficulty breathing when it's very hot. So people need to remember that. He cannot be in the garden all day. He needs to be coming in the shade.
So basically an air-conditioned home, one that's prepared to acclimatise.
To give the dog comfort, so that he can breathe. And also that these type of dogs might, at a later age, get a little bit more problem with their breathing because of the distortion that they have in their faces, all the flat bulldogs and everything.
Isn't it sad that we do this to creatures?
Yeah.
Do they still do it? Because now you're not allowed to cut Doberman's ears and tails and things, right? That's a no.
In Holland at the moment there is a stop to breeding some of the smaller dogs with the flat noses. I'm not quite sure in other countries at this point, but
but it should be.
But surely it should be,
because it certainly is a health issue.
It's not good for the dog. This one is fine. He's healthy. He's having a wonderful time, and he will be for many, many years, as long as you know that he needs to be inside when it's hot. Don't walk him in the daytime when it's hot, in the morning or early evening or late evening. But therefore, in the daytime, you need to play with him a little to get his exercise. And I mean, he loves throwing the ball, brings the ball back, and I love to throw when I do in my living room, which is empty right now because I'm moving. So we play in the living room, and he's very, he's very sweet. He's good for any family who knows how to deal with a French bulldog, period.
Exactly, so you know what you're getting. A French bulldog, they're strong-willed, and they also need a lot of exercise. You need to tire them out, otherwise they get up to mischief, like any child.
And he's very loving. He's very caring. He's when one of the dogs jumps on the sofa with me, he jumps on the sofa for me. And he loves people at the moment. Very nice, very friendly, good with men, good with other dogs, good with me. I haven't really tried him yet with children, but he was very good with children in the family, except the child wasn't so good for him.
Right, you see, this is the thing. You need to, they need to have a space where they can get away. The children need to know when enough's enough. But again, children will be children.
Yeah. That's why they always have to be watched, and for any dog. I mean, even a child that doesn't treat this little doggy nice,
he'll snap.
He'll snap.
Yes.
And because that's their only response, is to snap, is to protect themselves.
Yeah, and the only difference is his snap won't be as painful or as detrimental, perhaps, as Vinny's. But there again, a little child, the level they go for the neck.
Yeah.
In the sense, it's just the height.
Yeah.
So even if he was to bite you in the neck, it would still be really bad. Yeah. And that's the difference with children. They're a different height. They've got much softer skin, and they don't have the self-control to know when to.
Exactly. Who have children, who really carefully choose the right dogs. Don't get an American Stafford if you have 2 little children. No matter how sweet the dog is. No matter how sweet or loving the dog is, something can happen when something happens wrong with the dog.
Very wise
He will
word.
snap, he will bite. He might love me to death, but if I hurt him, he will bite me.
Lily, thank you so much. Very wise words. When you think of car or motorbike insurance, think Linear Director. When you most need your insurance company, Linear Director are there for you. with tow trucks, courtesy car, mechanics, legal advice, even overnight stay in a hotel if you need it. There's a whole department dedicated to us Brits with people who speak English there to help us. If you're looking for an insurance policy that really takes all your needs into consideration whilst you're driving in Spain, then Linea Director really is the company for you. Why don't you give them a call? 952 14 78 34 or contact them online.
Thank you. Zero Hero, welcome to the Sister Restaurant.
I think Boy thinks he's a mountain goat or is looking for Vinny to say where he went. If you would like to adopt Vinny, he would be very happy. But please do take Lily's words in serio to heart, that you need to think very carefully what type of dog you get that fits your family, particularly if you have children. Well, I'm delighted to welcome back my next guest. Her name is Nelly from the Fred Friedrich Museum, one of the most culturally aware ladies of our community, very, very invested in creating community, in spreading the joy of art and expression. I think for me, what I get most out of the Fred Friedrich Museum is the freedom of expression.
Exactly.
I absolutely love the ways that you would never think of doing things. Well, that's where you and Fred come in.
Exactly.
Let's do it differently.
Let's do it in another completely way. And I think we foreigners, we like to look for this kind of art.
I mean, the gallery's been going now in La Campana in the Pelícano for 10 years, 9 years?
More than 12 years.
Wow, it's that already?
Yes.
Because I can remember when you opened there,
yes.
So that's already 12 years.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
more or less 12, 30 years ago.
What an accomplishment.
Exactly. We're still making art, culture, and supporting it with a philanthropy idea. We are not earning anything. We are only trying to support art. That is amazing.
It's a very immersive experience.
Excellent.
Whenever you go and whatever you put on, it's like the public becomes part of the exhibit.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's incredible.
It's action on given on. I give you. You tell me to tell what is going on.
Action and reaction.
Excellent. That's the way. Action and reaction.
No, but it really is. Every time I go, you feel that you are part of the exhibit, part of the event, part of the everything. It's like the artwork.
Immersive.
It's very immersive.
And immersive.
And that's unique here on the coast.
Exactly.
There isn't another place like yours.
I think it's Spain.
You know, you're possibly right. I don't think I've ever been to a gallery such as yours.
I think
and now you do the streaming.
We are making a multimedia experience. We're involving all the sense. What is the meaning about? The name is Opus Opera Himmelflug. But it's the second part, because we are trying to make episodes. The last time was Opus Opera Placebo.
That was amazing.
It was really,
really absolutely amazing.
Really high and a highlight. And now we are making the second part. And we are involving videos, music, art, sculptures. And we are inviting and is collaborating with us Coral Polifónica Ciudad de Marbella. Also, the violinist, you know it, Quique Navarro. It's a really amazing guy. It's really crazy. And of course, by the artistic direction for Fred Friedrich.
Well, this has been Fred's vision for many years, hasn't it? This opus, he's had it in pending for a long time.
Exactly. It's going step by step. That's the way. And now he is involving pieces of amazing art that he was doing since 2012. And then we are involving two big sculptures. One is Placebo, is around 4 meters high, bronze, and his last unique piece of art, around 5 meters high. It's an eagle, and all is representing the Sumerian mythology, which is is linked with semi-gods, gods, and of course trying to search for the plant of birth and the plant of immortality. So it's a first story that we have in humankind that was written in hieroglyphics, and it was founded in Mesopotamia.
I watch a lot of this on YouTube and the things. I find it really fascinating.
It's fascinating.
And I don't think it's necessarily just, I think a lot of it is actually real. It had to be real.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was how it was. These are this is where we came from kind of thing.
Exactly.
I mean, it would seem that way from what I'm watching.
It's a story that it's more about 4,000 years. It's 4,000. It's the first story about humankind of believing in something, in faith. You remember that it's only our philosophy, because if you don't believe in something, you couldn't be here. Faith moves mountain. So Freddie tries to tell the people that his art is giving you the faith to move, to continue living, and you have the key to transform this world. Humankind is the one who is going to transform war, death, illness. You are the one, because you have to be faithful in what you thought.
We are the experience.
Exactly.
And it's nice that we get to be the experience
Exactly.
when we're at the museum. When do you open, or are you only opening for the events?
No, we are opening, our opening is on the 29th of September, this next Sunday, on 20 hours. And it's going to be a permanent exhibition, because it's a hit exhibition. We couldn't change it for a while. I think we are going to have several performances, so people, if it's not here in this moment, they can join us. But nevertheless, we are trying to make it all live streaming. It's the fourth, I think so, event that we are trying also to communicate with live streaming. Technology is really important, and we are going to have our live stream, a link and a QR, so everybody could see it anywhere in the world.
Well, that is absolutely amazing, and for you to take that step, because I saw when I was at the Placebo, Opus Placebo, what it took to actually get all those cameras and everything to make that happen.
Yes.
That's a lot of work, a lot of investment, and it's a lot of passion.
A lot of passion.
A lot of passion.
We have in this moment 4 cameras. 4 cameras are going to be to capture all the scenes, all the atmosphere. It will be an amazing event. I invite everybody to make a small donation. That it will be from 5 years until 35. It's only an action to our foundation. We don't make anything. You can make it via Bizum or PayPal, or if you don't have anyone in the entrance, you can give a small donation.
There is a limited space, so I would imagine that it's important if you can, like, reserve up front. Is that possible?
Of course it is possible, because we have around 100. It's plenty enough people to come. But it would be nice that give me a message.
So you know beforehand.
Exactly, or I'm going there, I have a list.
I'll be there. I would definitely be there. I really enjoyed the last experience, because it was that, it's like, and we were just saying before with Linda about, like, in Malaga, and you have the theatre and the ballet and the this, and yet for us this is one of the few highlight of cultural events that we have for the international community.
Exactly.
That you can, it's for any language.
Any language, because we are going to speak in English, and in English, also in German, but it's not necessary to understand. That is the main idea, because people, the Spanish people are a little bit frightened that it's a foreigner museum, but it doesn't matter. Art has no language.
Yes.
Yeah. One thing is that Freddie make his speech in German, but it's only 1-2 minutes. It's nothing that you can not really understand with her posture, with her
between
manner,
the face, the gestures,
and all the video, because it's going to be also a video that will support all this atmosphere. I would like to appreciate that the people know us support us, that it's the idea, and that art must continue, because without art we are nothing.
Exactly.
We are
Well, I'm
nothing.
glad that we've got to get you on the programme before the event. So this is airing at first timers. You're seeing us now on RTV Marbella at 10 p.m. on Thursday. But you will want to be on this Sunday at the Friedrich Museum, which is in La Campana Industrial Estate. And then you will be doing more performances after that?
Yes, we are planning to have probably in November, and finally in December. Probably it would be nice that people would join us, and the exhibition will be permanently there. So also you can visit us.
Do you have to visit by appointment?
No, we are regularly from Monday until Friday, from 2 o'clock until 7.
Oh, nice. That's a nice timetable.
Of course.
For you and for the people.
Exactly.
Exactly. Don't get up too early.
No.
Have a nice breakfast.
You can go a little bit and then take your dinner or whatever. But regularly with it. If we are not there, excuse me, give me a small call. It's on the door, my telephone number, my personal. So you can call, and then we can invite you to have a coffee with us.
Fabulous. Nelly, I'm so happy for you. Delighted, very honoured to know both you and Fred. You are very amazing people.
Thank you.
And a lovely example of the exquisiteness of the people who live amongst us. So Lily, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I will see you on Sunday.
Yeah, it will
and
be a
hopefully be able
pleasure.
to record a little bit just to show you all if you didn't manage to get yourself there. But now that it's on the streaming,
of course,
no excuse.
That's the way, because everybody, before you end it, I am not going to be there. No excuse. I can give you the QR code, and you can make the live in your home.
Which is also exciting.
Of course.
Which is also exciting.
Of course.
Yes, I watched part of it on the live last time.
Of course.
And it was absolutely spellbinding. And I had everybody around me also looking, because it's quite unique.
I think we spread the Marbella high quality of people that we are here living.
Exactly.
So that's the main idea. That's why we are trying to focus our events to make it live stream. That here in Marbella we also have culture, art, and we throw it to the world.
Wonderful. Home is where the art is, and the art is at the Friedrich Museum. And we look forward to seeing all of you on the 29th of September, Sunday at 8 p.m. it starts.
Exactly.
Or online, via streaming.
Live streaming.
Thank you, Nelly.
Thank you very much for your invitation. I'm so happy.
Well, that's it for this week. Remember, you've got the whole team up at the Foreigners Department in the Exhibition Centre, headed up by a lovely Ottie, to help you with anything that you need. So you don't need to say you didn't know, because you just come here and find out. The team are ready to help you. You can also sign up to the newsletter to make sure that every 2 weeks you know what's going on and you don't miss out on everything. And of course, my newsletter through my website, nicoleking.es. You can watch recordings of the programme. You get a link also to our Zero Hero initiative, free soft drinks for the designated driver. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and we look forward to welcoming you again next week for more of what's going on in Marbella right now.
Thank you.
Bye.
At your entire disposal. Bye-bye.